On the morning of February 25, 2009, a seemingly normal day at the Bangladesh Rifles headquarters in Pilkhana was about to shatter the nation's peace. What started as a routine annual gathering, known as Durbar, spiraled into a full-blown mutiny, marking one of the darkest chapters in Bangladesh's history. The air, usually filled with the sounds of discipline drills, was suddenly pierced by gunfire. Members of the Bangladesh Rifles, a paramilitary force responsible for border security, turned their weapons against their own commanders. Senior army officers, who were seconded to lead the force, were taken hostage. Panic and confusion gripped the capital. Dhaka, as the headquarters, located in the city's heart, became a war zone. For the next 33 agonizing hours, the country was held captive by uncertainty. Communication lines with the inside were severed. Wild rumors spread like wildfire, fueling public anxiety. Outside the fortified gates of Pilkhana, desperate families gathered, their faces etched with fear, praying for any news of their loved ones trapped inside. The government initiated tense negotiations, trying to de-escalate the crisis without further bloodshed. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina even addressed the nation, urging the mutineers to surrender their arms and return to their barracks. When the mutiny finally ended on February 26 and the gates were opened, the scene that emerged was a landscape of horror. The true scale of the carnage was revealed, and it was far worse than anyone had imagined. The nation was confronted with a brutal truth. 57 army officers, including the Director General of the Bangladesh Rifles, had been systematically and mercilessly killed. The details were gruesome. Many had been subjected to torture before their deaths. In a desperate attempt to conceal their crimes, the mutineers had dumped bodies into mass graves and even tried to burn some in sewers. It was an act of betrayal of unprecedented proportions. The immediate aftermath was a period of national mourning and intense soul. How could such a catastrophic breakdown of discipline occur within a trained, armed force? The mutineers had listed grievances over pay, command structure, and perceived discrimination, but did these justify such extreme violence? Investigations revealed that intelligence agencies had received warnings about potential unrest, but these signals were tragically overlooked or not taken seriously enough. The failure to act on this intelligence became a critical point of contention. Could this entire tragedy have been averted? In response, the government launched massive investigations. The trials that followed were some of the largest in global history, with thousands of BDR personnel facing charges. The verdicts were severe. Hundreds were handed death sentences and life imprisonments for their roles in the mutiny and the murders. The entire force was dismantled and restructured from the ground up. It was renamed the Border Guard Bangladesh, or BGB, in a symbolic effort to erase the stain of the mutiny and rebuild public trust and a new chain of command. But changing a name cannot heal all wounds. For the families of the fallen officers, the pain is a permanent scar. For the nation, the Pilkhananot tragedy remains a haunting reminder of fragility, the fragility of security, of discipline, and of the trust between soldiers and their commanders. It was a moment when the state temporarily lost control over its own armed defenders, a crisis that shook the very foundations of the nation's security apparatus. Today, February 25th, is observed as a day of mourning in Bangladesh. The story of Pilkhana is not just a historical event, it's a cautionary tale. It serves as a stark reminder of what can happen when grievances are left to fester, when leadership fails, and when the sacred bond of trust is broken. History remembers Pilkhana not for the answers it provided, but for the profound and unsettling questions it continues to ask. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into historical events.